Here on top of a story that's been breaking all day, 3 teenage girls in our community accused of trying to travel to Syria in an effort to join ISIS. 15 and 17-year-old Somali sisters and a 16-year-old Sudanese girl now back at home after FBI agents stopped them in Germany. 7 News reporter Mark Stewart is live, talking tonight with a man who knows the girls. Mark?
Eric, that man says he is very close to the family. He says he's been with the girls here in their apartment in Arapahoe County. He says they are doing just fine, yet he is shocked by all of this, the trip overseas and allegations of a connection to terrorism. The 2 sisters flew from Denver to Germany, according to a sheriff's report obtained by 7 News. A 3rd teenager who was their friend joined them. An overseas trip with possible terrorist ties.
These young girls were apparently recruited via the internet.
Documents reveal the sisters lived at this apartment complex in Arapahoe County. Their friend reported missing from another complex nearby. Records show the sisters stayed home sick from a Cherry Creek District high school, stole $2,000 from their mother, took their passports, and then flew overseas.
One of the things they're investigating is whether these overseas radicals somehow funded this trip, gave them the money to buy the tickets. Law enforcement is all over that.
The 2 sisters told a sheriff's investigator the purpose of the trip was for, quote, family, but would say nothing more. Documents revealed German police sent the 2 back here to Denver. They were detained locally by the FBI, but then released. There are still many lingering questions, including the mastermind, who was behind all of this, and will anyone face charges, including those teenagers? Reporting live in Arapahoe County tonight, Mark Stewart, 7 News.
And what's most concerning tonight is how these young girls are being recruited. We've told you about these slick video promos in the past, preaching the virtues of jihad and hatred of the West. ABC says videos like these were key to convincing the 3 girls to take off. And this is becoming a pattern. The Syrian radicals specifically targeting women and girls to become their wives or fighters.
The advice that I have for the sisters is very important that they come to this place. Here we have houses, we have security.
And this is not the first time we've seen Colorado girls enticed by ISIS fighters. Back in August, I reported on the arrest of Arvada teenager Shannon Conley. She was on her way to Siiriya to marry an ISIS radical. The 19-year-old was also lured by online promises. Conley pleaded guilty to helping ISIS. She faces up to 5 years in prison when she's sentenced in January.
The latest American teenagers drawn in by the radical world of Islamic extremism. 3 American high school girls from Denver, only 15 and 16 years old, 2 of them sisters of Somali descent, allegedly with loose plans to join the fight in Syria. According to law enforcement sources, the girls boarded a flight in Denver over the weekend and made it to Frankfurt, Germany, where police arrested them before they could continue on to Turkey and then Syria. CNN has learned the teens allegedly self-radicalized online.
They're oftentimes searching for an identity because what the jihadis are actually pushing is a specific narrative, which is your people are being oppressed in this place called Syria, your government's doing nothing, we're the only ones who are actually going to help you out, why don't you join the fight?
The only reason the girls were caught, one of their parents called police and the FBI quickly flagged their passports. This latest case comes on the heels of another Denver teen, 19-year-old Shannon Conley, who pleaded guilty last month after trying to fly to Turkey to connect with an ISIS fighter she met online. And earlier this month, the FBI arrested 19-year-old Mohammed Khan, just before officials say he boarded a plane in Chicago with plans to join ISIS. According to the FBI, Khan met someone online who helped him make plans. Khan has pleaded not guilty to the charges.
Oftentimes there are people who are scouring certain social media sites for people who are potentially interested in going to fight in Iraq and also in Syria.
This Australian teenager made it much farther than the airport. The 17-year-old recently showed up in video alongside ISIS fighters in Syria, threatening to behead Western leaders, including President Obama.